Okay. Hi, everybody, hi, computer. It is Wednesday, October 1st, and 11:09 p.m., 56 degrees and cloudy outside right now. Hold on. Put on my lip gloss crap, because my lips are like always dry. I don't have a clue why. They just always are, so here we go with more lip gloss. Basically, things have been going better. I'll tell you about, I guess I'll update you first. Things have been going better, I guess. Since the last time I talked to you, I went up to Lummi Island and I had a talk with my dad and with Kim. I guess a lot of stuff's happened since I last talked to you. But I've cut down on the pain pills quite a bit, to the point that I, pretty much in half, actually. I'm not barely even using the OxyContin anymore. I did use a little bit more than usual tonight because my throat has been utterly killing me lately, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's just, anyway, that reminds me, I need to take my pills. So just hold that thought for a second. I gotta do that. Gotta get some water and shit. So. Take my pills, just a minute. Okay, back. Taking my pills. Not the fun pills. The first pill I'm going to be taking, I'm still on the antibiotics right now, but these are an everyday pill that I'm currently taking. I take 2 of these every 8 hours. This is gabapentin, 300 milligrams piece. So this is a total of 600 milligrams of gabapentin right here. It has no side effects for me. Down the hatch with that. And then this one right here is the antibiotic, which is sulfameth, blah, whatever the hell it's called. it's a sulfa drug, but it's like very potent because it also has a also has a some kind of resistance drug in it that kills antibiotic resistant bacteria. So yeah, this is a sulfa. I'm not allergic to that, so I'm gonna be taking this. I think this is the second to last one. So tomorrow morning will be my last dose finally of this shit. And with that, I have to always take a probiotic because otherwise I feel sick. And take that. And I don't get sick, but it makes me feel like crap. So taking the probiotic definitely takes that feeling away. It hasn't even so much as given me diarrhea. As long as I take the probiotic, I feel fine. I don't have any side effects. And last but not least, this is Effexor, and has a little like maraca sounding thing. But yeah, the marking is E74. And it's like kind of light pink-ish. So yeah, this is I think it's 500 milligrams or something. Or no, wait, no, it's not. 37. I'm sorry. I'm retarded. Anyway, yeah, it looks the same as the gabapentin, so unless I were to shake it, I wouldn't be able to know the difference if I were just fishing around in a pill bottle. But yeah. Yeah, this is the Effexor, the antidepressant that I've been taking, which has less side effects than the Prozac, I guess. So I guess whatever. I take that at night because apparently it makes you tired, but not really for me. It takes a lot of drugs for me to get tired. Enough to be content enough to go to sleep, which is weird. And speaking of which, yeah, so yeah, there's all that, and I just took 800 milligrams of ibuprofen as well, on top of everything else. This evening I took Percocet, I took up, well, a total of 2 Percocet, but I took them pretty spaced out. Like I took a Percocet like around 6, and then I took another one about an hour ago. So like at 10. So yeah, the other one's out of my system by now. And then I took a lorazepam or an Ativan, and I'm still not really that tired. It takes a lot of shit to knock me out. Especially these days, but basically my dad and Kim talked to me. Kim talked to me first, and she just told me that I went up to Lummi Island this past weekend, and I helped my dad and Kim paint the drywall in their new quote unquote garage. So that was fun. I got all sweaty and nasty and gross. And anyway, so then Kim talked to me, and she asked me like, why do you think you keep getting depressed? Why do you think this shit keeps happening to you, basically? Why do you think bad things keep happening to you? Like, She's like, oh, it's not your fault. But all the while, I know she thinks it's my fault. Otherwise, she wouldn't be talking to me like this. I mean, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so she's just she's like, why do you think this shit keeps happening? And I was just like, well, pick the wrong guys, I guess. I don't know. And just pick the wrong men. And it's true, I do pick the wrong men. Especially the last one. I knew Steven wasn't good for me. I knew Steven wasn't someone that I really thought that I really could have a future with. But at the same time, it was just like, I just wanted to give it a try because I was tired of the whole thing with Jimmy. I just wanted it to stop. And it did stop finally, so. Now Jimmy and I don't talk at all anymore, which is great. Well, neither do Steven and I either, so that's good. But so then, yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff, and then, I don't know. She's just like, she just told me, she's like, I think you need to go to, like, some heavy duty counseling, like inpatient. And I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm like, really? Well, okay, let me back up a little bit. I finally, and I hate to admit this, but I've been feeling very alone for a while now. Very alone. And especially since Steven just decided to just check out of the planet, just check out completely. And finally, one day, I just, after a particularly difficult evening, or night, I guess. I'd been up all night, and I think I probably already told you this, but I was up all night one night, pretty much, almost all night. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I was laying there, and I didn't know who to call. I didn't want to talk to Casey because I just didn't want to, that wasn't the person I wanted to talk to. I felt like the only person that could give me any kind of comfort at all at that point in time was Steven. If I could just talk to Steven on the phone, I would feel better. So I gave him a call, and it was 3 in the morning. I knew he'd be up, though. It wasn't like I was purposely trying to wake him up, because I knew he stayed up until 5 o'clock in the morning every day. It wasn't like I'd be disturbing him. He didn't answer the phone, and at that point, I knew. I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm chasing after someone who doesn't give a crap about me. And that's literally all I had been doing for the past, 5 months. it was like he set me up for it or something. It was just terrible. I don't know. So then I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to talk to him anymore. I just can't do this anymore. So I didn't talk to him again after that. I didn't try to contact him, and despite the fact that he said he was going to try to be friends with me, that he wanted to be friends, he hasn't bothered to contact me either. So it's over. Well, somebody came into the picture about 5 days ago, or let's see, what day was it? Hold on. No, he messaged me on Facebook. That's right. Alex Booth and Alexander. Um, so about, yeah, I guess it was about almost a week ago now. He messaged me on Facebook and said, guess what? And I was like, oh, by the way, this guy that I've been interested in for a while now. And I met him through Valerie James, and he's been at a few parties. And I was kind of friends with his ex. I mean, not previously, but I met her through Valerie and James too. And I made friends with her. And then I kind of stopped talking to her because she became very obsessive about him. Like, really obsessive. Like, really. Like, she was just, like, always talking. Like, every single time. Like, she would text me, like, 15 times a day, literally. And all she talked about was Alex. And it's just the same shit over and over and over and over again. And I got tired of it, so. Like, constantly seeking comfort and consoling. That's a little much. Little bit. 15 times a day. Asking for comfort. I never did that to anybody. But, and I did try to be there for her for a while. Like, I was never mean to her. But I just told her, I just stopped talking to her because she got way obsessive. Anyway, so yeah, his name is Alex Booth, and he messaged me almost a week ago now, told me that he was moving back to Bothell, like, and I was like, what? Really? Like, I didn't even know he had lived here in the first place, and I was just like, really? That's awesome. And we got talking, and we kept talking, and then eventually we made plans to see each other. And I was like, oh, that's great, like, I'm excited because finally, somebody I'm interested in, I get to, like, maybe see where it goes with them. And then Kim comes to me and she's like talking to me and my dad, and they're telling me I need to go to an inpatient treatment thing. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, really? And the last time this happened to me, I went to North Carolina, and this guy that I was interested in, this was several years ago, but I was interested in this guy and I was gonna meet him, and then all of a sudden I went to North Carolina for a month, and then he ended up meeting someone else. I was like, I am not gonna fuck up my chances of having something happen with Alex, or because I'm tired of being unhappy. Inpatient or not, counselor or no counselor, there, I I can find a way to work around it. So this is why I made the point to look for an outpatient thing, because I didn't want to go to an inpatient anyway. Who wants to be in a fucking room with some crazy person? I'm not that crazy. I just need a little bit of support, that's all. Like, yeah, I know that I'm depressed, but that can change with the right person and the right support, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I was really depressed last week, but I do feel better now. It's not like it's getting worse. And so anyway, Kim, my dad insisted that I look up all these places and see my doctor and talk to them about it. So I did that, and they gave me a list of places and psychiatrists and stuff to talk to call. And then I eventually set up an appointment with this place called Sunrise for for an intensive outpatient program thing. At least for, or possibly inpatient, but I'm not sure. Or actually, no, it is outpatient. I don't think they have inpatient stuff there. So yeah, I'd be going there like every day, probably, for a while. Working through my problems, which is fine. I can do that. But I just didn't want to ruin a chance with somebody that I was genuinely interested in. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel like I have wrong timing when I meet somebody. I always feel like it's bad timing. And then I miss out on it. And then, so anyway, so I did do everything for them. I did agree to do that. And I have an appointment with Sunrise to do that treatment. So, but I also met Alex. I met up with Alex on Monday, I believe it was. And we went to brunch, or whatever you want to call it. We went to the original Pancake House. And I honestly wasn't expecting much out of it, because I didn't know if he was really interested in me, or if he just wanted, or if he just figured that, I lived close by, so he just wanted a friend. Because I knew he had a lot of friends that were girls, so I didn't know. But we met up there, and we talked for a while. We were talking, and all of a sudden he reaches out and he grabs my hand, or he reaches out and touches my arm, and then kind of laid his hand on the table. And I was just like, oh, that was unexpected, but honestly, I reciprocated the gesture, and I reached for his hand and we held hands at the table. I would not do that with anybody else. Honestly, I'm not a touchy-feely person unless I'm very interested in someone. So, but long story short, well, he ended up coming over to my house, to my apartment, and we kissed and stuff, and then he told me he told me he was really interested in me. Like, he told me that he was also very interested in me, same, and that he'd been interested in me since the day that we met. I was like, oh, damn, okay. Well, you know, how much more perfect could that get? You know, like, it's never happened to me before where mutually feel that way about somebody as they feel about me. So, and how much more perfect is it that he lives 10 minutes away and he has a car? So it's not like, you know, it's not like I have to drive 2 hours to see him or take a ferry or any of that junk that I had to do with Steven. So we spent the whole day together, and at the end of the day, he said that he wanted to be with me, that he wanted to give it a shot, that he wanted to try a relationship with me. So I said, okay, yeah, let's give it a shot. So now we're together, and I have a new boyfriend. And we did have sex a couple times. That was after I agreed to be his girlfriend. So I did stick to my rules, my new rules that I've given myself, which is I'm not sleeping with anyone unless I'm with them anymore. So I did wait until we were officially together. And then yesterday we made it Facebook official. And we got a whole bunch of comments and likes and stuff. And guess who flipped out on him? His ex-girlfriend Shelby did. She blew up his phone while we were together yesterday all day. He ended up leaving his phone in the car after we went out to dinner with my sister. He ended up meeting my sister, which was nice too. And I think they liked him. And then, yeah, so he left his phone in the car, and he ended up staying the night in my apartment last night, which was nice, but it's something I haven't been used to since Steven was staying over at my place. So it was different, and definitely different because Alex is extremely thin. He's stick. He's like a stick. He's very skinny. I just had to down that vodka. Just kidding. It's water. But yeah, he must weigh no more than $130. He's very skinny. He's like, if you can see, he's probably about this big around. Like literal. Well, okay, he's probably like this, but he's tiny. Like, he probably fit like five of them in my bed. Well, maybe like 4, but but yeah, he weighs nothing. But he's extremely. He has a good size down there. So I mean that's nice. Yeah, that was pleasant. But yeah, I have a feeling this relationship's going to be a lot different than it was with Steven. Because, first of all, he's very different physically. Like I said, he's very thin. Second of all, he's older than me. He's 29, almost 30. Third of all, he's more mature in a lot of ways. Fourth, he's lives really close to where I live. So that's nice to have. That's a nice thing. Yeah, so he lives really close. So I'm probably going to be seeing a lot more of him than I did with Steven. I'll probably see him at least every other day, if not more. So yeah, it's not going to be like a once a week deal where I only see him once a week and he complains about it. He actually likes to come and see me, and he will come over here because I guess his parents don't want him having friends over or something, so I was like, okay. Which I respect. So yeah, that's the scoop there. My aunt wants to see me tomorrow and take me and my grandma to lunch, which I'm not really looking forward to because I have a feeling that she's gonna sit there and lecture me for the whole time. And I'm not really in the mood for that right now. I'm kind of just just don't really want that. You know what I mean? I just don't, so. I hope she didn't find out about me and Alex being in a relationship because I kind of forgot to restrict some people from Facebook before I changed my status. And then I just recently, just today, went through and restricted all of my family and members and friends of the family on my dad's side so that nobody can see that I'm in a relationship. So I hope that she doesn't say anything about that. If she does, if she says anything about it and be like, oh, no, I'm not in a relationship. There was a misunderstanding and he thought that, I'll just tell her that I have a friend and he thought that we were dating and I had to set him straight on it and say, no, we're not dating. Because I'm going through a hard time right now. That's what I'm going to tell her. I'm just going to be like, he thought that we were dating, so that's why because she can't really tell. I'll just be like, he thought that we were dating. So I told him, no, we're not. I can't date anybody right now. So that's just what I'm going to tell her if she says anything about it. I don't know. I just hope that she doesn't complain about it though, or say anything, or lecture me about anything because I really don't. I don't want to hear it. I already heard enough from Kim and my dad about it. I don't want to hear any more from her. My dad gave me a $900 check for the rent. My rent's $1,000. So I'm not going to be able to pay my phone bill, basically, and it's going to get shut off. I honestly don't even know how I'm going to pay my cable bill because I can't do that either. I don't know. So that's going to get shut off within the next week or two. I don't know. Well, I guess the meds are kind of starting to hit me, so, and it's past 30 minutes now, so I better go. And I gotta go to bed soon anyway. I gotta take a bath, shower, whatever. I have to take one of those before I go to bed because I have to get up fucking early to go to fucking Seattle in the morning. So I have to get up at 10 at the latest in order to get to my grandma's on time. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Just don't really feel like visiting family right now. I kind of just want to spend time with myself and my apartment while I still have it. I'm not going to have this place much longer. Anyway, I'm going to bed now. So, or I'm getting off now. I'm going to go take a bath. So, anyway, talk to you tomorrow, maybe, unless Alex is over. So, alright. Bye.